Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the mess. Um, it feels like it's been forever. I try to come down here at least every day, or 5 to 6 times a week. So we can talk about what's happening. But the last few days, I have just been in a funk. I don't know what it's about, but I'm gonna figure it out though. I have so many videos in this phone that I just couldn't, I would start the video and I would talk for 5 minutes and I just wouldn't feel it. And then I would come back, talk for 10 minutes and I just wouldn't feel it. Come back, talk for 5 minutes, wouldn't feel it. So here we are again. I'm gonna figure it out. I think I have an idea of what it is, but nonetheless, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. So, what are we talking about today? Oh, we can start out with that white queen. Let me just start off by saying I know nothing about Matt and his sister. I always thought that Matt was like a housewife girly. I have seen clips of him. The clips that from what I can remember, the clips that I usually see of him, they're on Instagram or Twitter, and he's always on Watch What Happens Live. And the clips that usually get the most attention are clips of him talking about housewives. So I always thought like he was just I never really put too much thought into it of who he was, how did he get his start. I don't know. I just never really thought that much about it. I just kind of assumed he was like a housewife girl. Because again, all of the clips that I would see about him, it always has something to do with him giving his opinion about the Real Housewives of whatever. Well, him and his homegirl, they have a podcast, and they've been getting dragged the last few days, understandably so. First of all, girl, the name of their podcast is called Los Culturistas. Girl, now mind you, this is a white queen and an Asian queen with the podcast titled Los Culturistas. That's the first thing. So the clip that went viral was of Matt basically saying, don't waste your money donating to Jasmine Crockett because she's not going to win. I mean, what he really basically should have just said, because I feel like this is what he wanted to say, why donate to that black bitch because she's not going to win? Go ahead and donate and give your time, energy, and coin to the white man who I know nothing about. The fact that he was uplifting a white man who he admitted to he doesn't really know, but then tell you, don't even waste your money on her because she's not going to win.
This is another thing about early days Lost Culture that I regret is being a Hillary stan.
I don't regret it because I think we were trying really hard to just win.
I know, but I feel so silly.
Here's what I'll say: I believe the president should have been Elizabeth Warren.
You and many of the smart Brooklyn gays are aligned in this.
I'm sure we all share a certain ideology about all this. Yeah. But the fact is the reason we were Hillary stans is because at the time
it was
the Bernie bro thing. Remember 2016?
I remember.
It was it got a little thick there with the way people were talking on the Bernie side, and it was misogynistic and it was tough. And I think at the time there was a very girl bossy that was Obama core-ish hey,
right,
don't talk like that. We're gonna crash the glass ceiling, girl.
And
I pull my hair back, check my nails. It was a very that. And so I don't look back in regrets because we were part of the culture we were part of. Should we have listened to the populist message all along? Is that ultimately what would work for them? Yes. It's not going to be Gavin Newsom. And when anytime a politician is making it too obviously about themselves, I'm already done.
We're
and
out.
Don't waste your money sending to Jasmine Crockett. Do not do it.
I must agree.
Don't do it. You're going to waste your money. Take it from someone who sent Sarah Gideon like a ton of money in Maine. Like, just don't do it. Don't waste your money. Don't do it.
It's hard enough to come by.
And by the way, I am not being like fatalist about the Democrats' chances.
No.
I'm just saying
it's not Gavin.
They are giving us a wide open opportunity here. Let's not flop.
Let me just qualify the Jasmine Crockett thing. She's not going to win a Senate seat in Texas, you guys. Like, if Beto O'Rourke couldn't do it, like, Jasmine Crockett is not going to do it. She is and it's nothing against her. It's just that she is a politician and that she is like, you know, like very well defined already. And I think it's my opinion that we are going to need someone who is less defined at this moment that then rises up. Like, I'm interested in this Tallarico guy from Texas.
Oh, I don't know him.
I'm just interested in him. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I haven't seen him before. It would be hard for them to define him as anything other than what he is, which is like a rising Democratic politician from someplace like Texas, who is like, yes, speaking a little bit to the middle, but at least he's someone that like we can't define already.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Gavin Newsom is defined.
Yeah.
I believe Jasmine Crockett is defined.
Yep.
Like, I'm just trying to win here, and I really feel differently than we did in 2016. Like, the way to win now is to, like, go with the end.
This is the problem, right? I don't think anybody is above reproach. I think that sometimes the truth is just the truth. I feel like whenever I come down here and I know I may say some things that may go against popular opinion, I try to make sure I can give you examples or facts that can back up what I'm saying, because I know that my take may be something that goes against the grain. I feel like if Matt could have gave examples of why he feels the way that he feels, then it may have landed better. But the fact that he just was on some, don't give her your money. But then he tore her down to uplift this white man who he knows nothing about. And then you got your homegirl sitting beside you talking about, oh yeah, I agree. What the fuck do you agree with? What the fuck do you agree with? What? Can we talk? Yes. When things like this happens, race will be a part of the conversation. It will. When you have a white man sitting there telling his viewers, don't give your money to this person, and she happens to be a black lady, but then you want to pretty much uplift the white man who you know nothing about, y'all cannot be surprised when people react the way that they react, because it is giving what it looks like it's giving. Let me try to break it down in housewives, in like the housewives world. You have Erica Jane, who's a white housewife. She cursed out, okay, Garcelle's son, who is a biracial boy, right? Mama is black, daddy is white. I have not watched every season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. For some of us, it rubbed us the wrong way. And Erica Jane was one of my faves. I felt a way about it because unless you can show me evidence of Erica Jane cursing at the white children of the castmates, then I don't want to hear nothing nobody got to say. Why is it that you feel comfortable cursing at the son of the black lady? Because I can guarantee you my last $2 that if my big black ass would have cursed that little Portia, Kyle's daughter, baby, they probably would have took me to the back of somebody's house and had me hanging from a motherfucking noose from a branch of a tree. Okay? Be very clear. Y'all see what I'm saying? So then the conversation race starts to come into it because it's like, oh, this white lady is cursing out this little biracial black boy, right? Has she cursed out the other white kids before? Because that may make it land. That may make it better. Because then we could just look at you, oh, you just the ignorant white bitch who walks around here cursing out kids. But if you're only cursing out the son of the black lady, but you're not cussing out any of the other white kids, Lisa Rinna, who y'all know I go up for. I had to call Lisa Rinna for her microaggressions. I saw Lisa Rinna pop her neck one time talking to Garcelle. Girl, have you popped your neck at any of the other white girls on the show? Or are you just not popping your neck at Garcelle? You see what I'm saying? So sometimes, yes, race will come into the conversation. In this scenario with Matt and with his homegirl, Bowen, it just goes to show, like in real life, Bowen, let me tug on your wig for a little bit. If it really wasn't for black people, if it really wasn't for LGBTQIA plus people, you wouldn't even be able to sit your Asian ass beside this white queen on this podcast. Be very clear. And quiet as it's kept, even though Matt is clearly a white man, you wouldn't be able to sit your white gay ass on that podcast either. One thing I have noticed, I done told y'all. One thing about white people, it don't matter, gay, straight, it don't matter, they're gonna stick together. The fact that Matt could get his white ass down to that podcast and say, don't donate to Jasmine Crockett, but then turn around and then girls say, I'm very interested in this white man who I know nothing about. Because he's not too defined. Girl, what? Girl, what? Girl. Jasmine Crockett, she's too defined. Like Gavin Newsom, they're like too defined. So you think that people are going to vote for someone who they know nothing about? It's not like Matt really came down and used his podcast to give reasons of why he thinks that Jasmine Crockett may not be the best candidate, or the reason why Jasmine Crockett may not win. I mean, girl, he could have at least listed a few reasons. You know, so crazy, y'all. I try not to live, even though I sometimes I doubt myself, which I'm working on. It never crossed my mind when I heard that Jasmine Crockett was running. It never, on my grandmother's grave, okay, it never crossed my mind, oh, she ain't gonna win. I was like, oh, cute. When Kamala was running, it didn't cross my mind, oh, girl, she not gonna win. Now, the night of the election, when the numbers started rolling in, I was like, oh. But it wasn't like, and when I said that was the first presidential campaign I ever gave my money to, because I was really excited and I was hyped up and I was encouraged and I was just happy, right? That was the first time I ever gave my money to a presidential campaign. It wasn't a lot, but it still was my coin. But it never crossed my mind, oh, girl, Kamala not going to win against Donald Trump. I don't know why the fuck she winning. I think it's a tad bit problematic for him to come down to the internet and not give any reasoning of why we should not donate our money to Jasmine Crockett. But just she's not going to win. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. But then you uplift the white man. That's problematic to me. And we know what it's about. We know what that can we just call it for what it is, girl? It's white people it's white men wanting to make sure that white men stay in positions of power. Period. That's all that is. Gay, straight, girl, bisexual, pansexual, it doesn't matter. Girl, trans, it's about white men making sure that other white men stay in positions of power. I even called it out with Andy Cohen. Girl, not to bring Andy in. Girl, I'm going all over the place. I thought it was problematic when Andy, let me shut up. This is what the apology, it was not an apology, y'all. This is what Matt had to say. I'm going to tell you how much they really don't give a fuck. Because Matt came out with this, and then his Asian homegirl, she just basically added a little 1-2 to it. Hey everybody, I hear the response and I'm taking every bit of it to heart, I promise. Transparency and candor matter to me, especially on the podcast. I'm a very progressive person who cares deeply about winning these elections, but my phrasing was not right. I will be more thoughtful, I really do promise. Girl, shut the fuck up. I have great respect and admiration for Rep. Crockett, and I regret that my words suggested otherwise. I want us to win, and I will be better at finding ways to help. And then this is what Bowen, girl, listen what this nigga had to say. Girl, all he did was basically just add to what Matt had to say. Should have not cursorily weighed in on this. Understanding the platform, will use it more responsibly. Bitch! Bitch! At the end of the day, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm not Matt or Bowen's audience. I don't know anything about them. They'll be okay. Their audience more than likely doesn't care. They won't suffer at all. I don't believe they would. And they'll be okay. Bowen basically said, I don't give a fuck what y'all got to say. I said what I said, girl. I ain't talking about it no more. I'm happy they got their wigs tugged on, though. I am. I just believe, like, we all have a platform. We do. All of us. Some small, some big. I would consider their platform to be pretty big. I think it's one thing for us to come down here and argue and fuss and fight about shit that don't really matter in the grand scheme of life. Housewives, that's some shit that really doesn't matter, right? But I think that when you choose to use your platform to discourage people, and you don't provide any type of evidence, and I think that when you use your platform to discourage and tear down a Black woman, I think it's very problematic. I do. I absolutely do. The part that really got me was you didn't even say anything about why we shouldn't just vote for Jasmine Crockett. It was the don't give your money, but you know who I'm interested in? He really should have just said, fuck the Black bitch. Let's make sure we get the white man in office. Because that's really pretty much what he said. He didn't say those words, but what Matt gave was, don't vote for the Black lady, vote for the white man. I don't know nothing about this white man, but vote for him. The Black lady's not going to win. So don't even waste your money, girl. He should have just said that because that's what he really wanted to say. Anyways, let's move on, girl. Fuck Matt and fuck Bowen. Two mediocre people. And Bowen, in real life, you sitting there on that podcast with that Spanish name next to that white queen. But the truth of the matter is they don't fuck with your Asian ass either. Be very clear. Be very clear. But quiet as it's kept, is no tea, no shade, girl. One thing I have noticed, well, years ago, is that the Asian girls and some of the Hispanic girlies, girl, they think they have proximity to whiteness. When the truth of the matter is, bitch, you on the same boat as us. They don't fuck with your ass either. Be very clear. Be very fucking clear. You can sit there with your legs crossed talking about, I agree. Girl, if Donald Trump could deport your ass tomorrow, he would deport your ass. Y'all be stupid. Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. Stupid. But you know who I am interested in? The Tellerico guy. Because I gave all my money to that white bitch in Maine. And Beto, he didn't win. Girl, the white woman who I wanted to win, she didn't win. So I don't know why y'all think this black bitch is going to win. But who I am interested in is the white man, who I know nothing about. You should have just went ahead and said that, girl. Because that's what you really wanted to say. That's what you wanted to say, Miss Matt. You should have just said it. I donated my money to some white girl. She didn't win. Beto, he didn't win. So I don't know why y'all think this black lady is going to win. But who I am interested in is the white man, who I know nothing about. Or whoever he donated his money to. I know she wasn't black. Yes. It does make for conversation that this white man is sitting on a podcast telling people to do not donate their money to the black candidate. Yes. People have a reason to be outraged. Because how dare you? But you're interested in a white man who you know nothing about. And what the fuck is your sister agreeing to? Girl, I'm gonna gloss these lips. If I gloss these lips, if I gloss these lips up one more time. Baby, listen to this. This is according to TMZ. I don't keep up with them at all. I've probably watched 15 or 20 of their videos on Instagram, right? But outside of that, I don't know anything about Desmond or Kristy. I know they're a nice looking couple. Okay. Girl, quiet as it's kept. Fuck Kristy. Girl, if you don't want them, Kristy, I'll slam dunk them tonight. Anyways, let me stop looking at y'all husbands. So the Scotts, this is according to TMZ, the Scotts, popular social media couple, split over alleged infidelity. Another social media love story has officially crashed and burned. The Scotts are done, with Kristy filing for divorce from estranged husband Desmond Scott. TMZ obtained the court docs out of Harris County, Texas, in which Kristy cited alleged infidelity as a reason she sought the split, saying it completely wiped out any reasonable chance of reconciliation. The paperwork says the couple will soon stop living together as husband and wife. They met at 14. And then tied the night. Girl, so she been with one man? I'm assuming. I mean, because some of y'all been fucking since 12 and 13. So she, okay, no shade. So she been only with one man? Girl. They met at 14 and then tied the knot years later in 2014 and share 2 sons. The split will likely blindside fans since the two built their brand on joint content packed with family chaos, design and renovation projects, and prank videos. Though she last posted him on TikTok back in early December. They also co-own Meant to Be Films, a production company centered on wedding videography and storytelling. And as of now, it's unclear what happens to the business post breakup. We've reached out to reps for Kristy and Desmond. So far, no word back. Like I said, I don't really know a lot about Desmond and Kristy, but I will say I was kind of gagged. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of gagged, and it just goes to show that we really don't know these people, and we don't know what's going on in their world. We think because so crazy. I was on the phone with Brittany. Some of y'all know my friend Brittany. I was on the phone with my friend Brittany the other day. And we were talking about people like, okay, we were talking about somebody. And I was like, she look a mess. Okay, she look a mess. I was like, she look a mess. And then Brittany was like, well, no, that may not be a good picture. No, it's not a good picture, but that's the picture she posted. Like I said, Brittany, we know how this works with social media. When we post a picture, girl, we have probably taken 15 pictures, 175 pictures, and that's probably the best picture that we could find. So the fact that that's the picture that she posted, girl, that means that's the best picture she could find, which also indicates that, girl, she looks a mess. Okay? So all I'm saying is, with Kristy and Desmond, they're no different, right? They're going to post the best videos, the best pictures, and we're going to think that, girl, they are okay. But clearly, they're not okay. We don't know these people. So then when it comes out that they're getting a divorce, everybody is kind of gagged and gooped because it's like, oh my God, I thought that they were fantastic. Yeah, we thought that they were fantastic because, again, we don't know these people. I do want to say this. I have seen people starting to paint the narrative that can you imagine having to be married to her? Y'all are trying, not y'all, but y'all, shout out to the diva. There are people out there trying to excuse the infidelity based off of if you were him and all she wanted to do was kiki and kaka and do pranks all day, you would cheat too. That's pretty much what y'all are trying to say. When I tell you that is some bullshit, people will try to come up with any reason of why you should excuse or the infidelity is okay. It is not okay. I could see if y'all showed me evidence that Kristy was just a motherfucking terrorist on wheels. But to sit here and say that this lady who he participates in the videos because she appears to get on his nerves due to the video content that they make, that led to him cheating on her, is bullshit. And the number of people I'm seeing on Twitter starting to push that bothers me. Because of the content that they make, she appears to get on his nerves, and that is more than likely why he cheated. Y'all come up with too many excuses for niggas not being able to keep their dick in their pants, then I can stomach it. Babe, so that's the reason why you're excusing him for cheating on her, is because when they do too many videos and he appears to be bothered by her, she looks like, oh, she would get on my nerves and all that too. That's not a reason to cheat. I don't live in this fairy tale world. I know people cheat. Believe it or not, I can understand in some scenarios how a person could slip up and cheat. Not slip up, because you just don't slip in pussy or slip on a piece of dick. But I could see in some scenarios. I remember when we talked about Quad and Dr. G, and how the rumor was that Quad and Dr. G off Married to Medicine is a reality TV show. How allegedly, girl, Quad and Dr. G hadn't had sex in like 2 or 3 years. Now, mind you, Quad ain't going through no counsel. She ain't going through no fight. She ain't going through nothing, girl. I said, while it might sound trifling, I can understand how if you have not had sex with your wife or your husband, how you could probably go out and fall into some pussy or almost fall into some pussy. I can see it. Not to say it's right. I remember Steve and Miranda. It's a fictional show off Sex in the City. Steve cheated on Miranda. I said, it's fucked up. But I could see how Steve could cheat. Miranda was a bitch. She didn't really want to have sex with Steve. She was always working. I could see how that could happen. Not to excuse it. So all I'm saying is, I'm using those as examples. All I'm saying is, if we're going to have a real conversation about why people have cheated, girl, please don't come to my face, or not even to my face. Stop getting online talking about the reason why this nigga cheated on this lady was because of some motherfucking prank videos that he very well benefited from. Be very fucking clear. Because those prank videos is what, bitch, when I tell you they just built a house, I think they finished it. Girl, not no motherfucking starter home either, bitch. They just built like damn near a mini mansion from what I understand. Those prank videos is what afforded their lifestyle. Bitch, if all I gotta do is sit in a video with my wife and do a couple of prank videos and let her walk around here and cut up and act a fool and be goofy, and girl, we can benefit from it and live a good life with me and my kids, our kids, girl, sign me up. It's too many people out there starting to make excuses for that man not being able to keep his dick in his pants because of, oh, girl, wait, that was my wife. I mean, I could understand why. You could understand him cheating on her because of some prank videos, bitch? Girl. No. 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 Girl, I got some more stuff I want to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it on Patreon, though. Because, girl, y'all know I ain't done with the conversation. Because some of the girls gonna get real upset with the shit what I'm really thinking. Hello? Catch that thing. I'm not going to do it over here, though. Because you know how the girls get sometimes. But, yeah. Shout out to Desmond and Kristy. You know, Desmond fine as hell, too. I ain't going to lie. You know, so crazy. Like, you always think he's a good man, Savannah. Desmond, again, we don't know. Here we go. We don't know these people. Desmond, from what I got, he always gave me he's a good man, Savannah. Girl, he got dirty dick like the other niggas. Ugh. Desmond, you let us down, girl. You let us down. Kristy gonna be out. Let me be, girl, don't cry for Kristy. Girl, Kristy, I'm gonna give Kristy I'm gonna give Kristy this much. That's a bad bitch. Okay? Kristy gonna be all right. Girl, Kristy gonna have a stepdaddy for them kids. Girl, ASAP if she want to. Let me tell y'all something, and I've been trying to tell y'all this. As vain as it may sound, we know this, and it may be a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. When you look a certain way, like Kristy, you have more, what's the word I'm looking for? You have more options. The people who flock to you, just based off of the way that you look, is going to be completely different for someone who would be deemed not attractive. So just off the rip, just based off of how Kristy looks, the options are already there. Now, she's still going to have to deal, if she chooses to continue to date or date someone, I don't know. You know, I don't know what the girl. But if she chooses to deal with someone, she's still going to deal with ain't shit niggas. And bitches, if that's what she into, I don't know, child. But she'll have more options to choose from. It won't be as narrow. Some of those people will just only want to be with Kristy because of the way that she looks, right? But clearly Mama is smart because she has managed to build a very nice life from what I can see based off of just being goofy. I think that's so cute. Like the pretty girl who's like goofy as fuck. And clearly she doesn't take herself too seriously. Girl, she probably lost her virginity to that man too. He probably thought that was gonna be the reason why she stuck around. Kristy said, "You got the game fucked up. I'm a bad bitch, girl. That can have your ass divorce, girl. I'm getting a divorce." Shout out to Tay Diggs. Anyways, I'm gone, y'all. I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. Like I said, I've been like in a real bad funk the last few days. I don't even know if this video made sense. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I'm gonna figure out because something, yeah. Anyways, I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna figure it out. Bye, y'all.